My video for August the 7th, 2019 is video number 3170. The title is Waking Up to the Deep State Menace. As I see it, we are living in perilous times. Not only do natural disasters seem to be increasing, so are man-made horrors like the mass shootings. Do humans have the ability to create earthquakes, spawn volcanoes, and direct weather patterns? I'm not sure, but neither would I be quick to call it impossible. Are we experiencing the dark before the dawn of a new age, as some suggest? Is there an actual awakening going on? Will there be an activation of our dormant codons that will empower us to take back the world from those who lack empathy and seem so hell-bent on unleashing mayhem in so many forms? Was Earth divided eons ago, or invaded rather, eons ago by fallen angels, or whatever you'd like to call those who lack empathy and do not seem capable of loving? Deep state is only one of many names attributed to those who seem hell-bent on creating chaos. There is no cartoon like Dennis. This is no cartoon like Dennis the Menace. It's much more than mere practical jokes. For many, if not most of us, it is a life or death situation. As I've said so many times, the experience is real and the situation seems dire. As Morpheus asked Neo, the red pill or the blue pill? What is the real world? In such perilous times, I think both creator and creation need to awaken. Oh, I may be doing a video with one of my friends from quite a while ago now. It's been a few months since I've done videos with anybody. And I have reconnected with one of my friends, and hopefully it'll be a surprise to many of you, a welcomed surprise to many of you for the video that will follow this one, if everything goes as planned. In any case, I apologize for continuing on the same stream of thought, but that's where I am right now, even though I have things that try to divert my attention to other things. I've been looking at some of the natural disasters, roads being wiped out, and it's happening all over the world. I mean, this is not some isolated thing in some small region. It is happening all over the world. The Rim of Fire, of course, which is around the Pacific Ocean, basically. But it's not even just there. I mean, it's happening in the Atlantic Basin, the Pacific Basin. It's happening on virtually all of the continents are experiencing cataclysms. And some of them appear to be natural disasters, but I am not convinced in my mind that we do not have the technology to control weather patterns, at least to some degree. Maybe not total control, but partial control, where we can direct certain flows of energy in a direction that we want it to go, and we can either increase or decrease it at will. I think there is technology that allows that to be the reality, at least for those that seem to be the wannabe gods. And when I say wannabe gods, I don't think they're really gods. I don't think the God in most religions is a real God. There are places where they've had an influx of Muslims, for example, and the Muslims, all they want to do, all the leaders of these groups want to do, is impose their viewpoint of God on everybody else. Well, that would be the same as if the Christians took over, or the Jews took over, or the Hindus took over, or the Buddhists took over, or the atheists took over. And truly, I think the most diabolical, regardless of what religious label they may wear, are all non-theists. They don't believe there is an actual God, and if there is, they're in rebellion against that God. Now, is that true? I scratch my head. scratch, scratch, because I don't know. I thought I knew things. And when I was younger, I was convinced that I had experiences that made the idea of a divine being incontrovertible from my perspective. And yet now I wonder, as an older person, getting older, and as I've lost control of certain aspects of my life. I mean, I can no longer live in my own home. I have to be subservient to a system and live on very limited income. Thankfully, I had a friend who donated some money that came in very handy in July and enabled me to, it bailed me out of some situations that I was going through personally. But we all have situations that we're going through personally, every single one of us. You who are listening to this, wherever you are in your own path of experience, you are having good things happen, you are having bad things happen. And many people are asking questions that we have not been willing to face before. What is it all about? I would like to see no more practical jokes that hurt people. I would like to see a loving God step in and either take responsibility by doing something that brings positive change to us, or at least, at the very least, and I know I keep saying this, empower us, turn those codons, the unactivated or the deactivated parts of our DNA that has been labeled junk DNA, turn those things back on, give us back our natural powers, gifts, and abilities, so that those of us that want to level the playing field and do good for everyone, that want to see everyone prosper and be in health. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. The people that seem to be at the top of the pyramid seem to be malevolent and beings that totally lack empathy, totally lack the ability to sympathize, and certainly don't have any concept of what it means to actually love. Is this something that only I'm seeing? I don't think so. I think there are many of us that are waking up. The question is, are there enough of us? And will those of us that are somewhat awake realize that we have to play some role in this? It's not sitting back and doing nothing and expecting somebody else to do it. It's taking action, but what kind of action is it that we're supposed to take? You know, I would like to be able to do more than just make videos. I would like to be enriched and empowered enough to be able to go and help uplift some of those that have been downtrodden, and to build bridges to those that have been excluded. I'd like to help the Jews and the Christians and the Muslims and the Hindus and the Buddhists, and I should have probably said the Hindus first and the Muslims last, because that's sort of the order in which they appeared on planet Earth. But why have religions that are only butting their heads against each other, saying we're the ones that are right? No, again, I say it, love is the only thing that's right. When are we going to get that? When are we going to become the beings that I have envisioned for a long time? When are we going to create together heaven on earth? I don't know the answer. I'd like to think it's my lifetime, and yet I have some tell me, no, it isn't. And when you come back again, you'll jump right back in again. Well, many say, if reincarnation is real, I'm never coming back. Well, that's the way I feel too. Anyway, thank you folks for listening. Namaste.